Well, welcome to our plant medicine integration workshop. We're so excited to be here with you all. As many of you know, we recently launched our plant medicine integration program this week, and it was a very exciting thing for us to birth into the world. We put a lot of heart into developing this program and created it with a lot of intention to be able to serve our community and better equip you with the skills to walk the plant medicine path in a sustainable way. And so we're very excited to be on with you all tonight and to share a little bit about plant medicine integration. We also have some guests line up this evening to jump on and share with you more about the program and introduce you a little bit to the faculty. So before we get started, Mishy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Mishy Mathews. I'm so excited to meet all of you and to be a part of this program. I have been heading up the customer service department for Visions Market for the last 3 years, and I'm just very excited to be expanding into this area of integration, as I've had a long time on the spiritual path of my own studies and been studying plant medicine with my teachers here in Columbia for many years as well. And so I'm really excited to start to share some of these tools with all of you.
Beautiful. Well, let's get started. We have a little bit of a presentation for you all, and we also, like I mentioned, are going to have some guests hopping in. So the nature of tonight's program is we're going to take you through a little bit of an introduction to our flagship plant medicine program. We have Taita Juanito hopping on to give a blessing and share some words about plant medicine integration. And we also have some other guests from our faculty lined up. So we're just going to be going through the program and then taking some pauses throughout the presentation as our guests hop on. And if at any point you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we will either answer them as we go or we'll save them for the end, depending on where we're at in the flow of everything. So once again, welcome. It's great to have you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy tonight's program. Okay, can everyone see this? Our screen here. As it's loading. Okay, you should be able to see it now. Beautiful. Plant medicine integration is perhaps one of the most fundamental elements to walking the plant medicine path in a sustainable way. We have spent many, many years walking this path, and throughout our own personal studies and our experiences, we've accumulated a wealth of knowledge, tools, and practices that have been fundamental in successful integration. And really, this concept of integration is a real buzzword at this time in the plant medicine community. And so for us, integration is the weaving of the many teachings, insights, and information that the plants and fungi kingdom give to us in a way that provides us the path forward, the path of walking in right relationship with the plants, the path of embodiment, and the beautiful process of translating the wisdom into a way of life. And this way of life becomes a ceremony. It becomes a way of walking each moment, each day, and living life in totality, and being able to take the divine connections and awakenings activations and connections that we feel with all of nature and all of creation when we're working with plants into our daily lives, to be able to translate these teachings into the way that we show up in the world, the way that we see each day, the way that we see our relationships, our work, our projects, and to be able to bring the colors that come to us through the sacred visions of plant medicine into the way that we view life itself. So ultimately, plant medicine integration is about the action taking. It's about the other 50%. It's about showing up and doing the work. And like I mentioned, it's a buzzword, it's a buzz topic right now. And so tonight we're going to be talking about the different elements that we find to be crucial or pivotal to doing this in a good way, to a successful integration process. It's important to recognize that plant medicine integration is not just for the specific period following a ceremony, but rather for those walking the plant medicine path. It becomes a way of life. Each day we're integrating the teachings that nature has gifted to us. And each day we are extracting more information from our encounters with the plants. And this becomes a study, a spiritual study. And this is really what it means to walk the path.
So we're going to be giving you a lot of different tools, a lot of different ways to integrate these tools into your daily life. So that, like Mariah was saying, you know, our teachers talk about the realizations and the understandings that we receive in ceremony or our work with plant medicine. That's 50% of the work. But our teachers really emphasize that the other 50% of the work is the work that we're doing outside of ceremony. We're integrating these understandings into our daily life so that we can empower ourselves in a better way and work and walk forward in our life in an empowered way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's also really beautiful to touch on the fact that when we do this well, the teachings continue to come. And we designed this program to be universal for all plant medicine and all fungi medicine, because even though all of the plants and the fungi medicines have their own unique design, their own unique way of transmuting the information of nature and the information from the celestial cosmos, the process of bringing these teachings and applying them to our lives is very universal. Another thing that we feel is important to mention is that this concept of integration is very new and very recent to the bridge work, as these plant medicines have come out of the jungle and out of the wisdom cultures in the recent decade and a half, and have been being shared more and more with modern society and the people of the West. And this is because when we turn to traditional wisdom cultures, there really wasn't a need for integration, because their way of life was completely inherently integrated. Their maloka, their ceremonial space, was at the center of their villages, and the ceremony was a daily or a regular part of their village life and their community life. The plant medicines are used to bring counsel, guidance, healing as a way to bring the village and the communities together. And so this concept of integration is new, because it's something that we as Westerners who live in the modern world, who live in the cities, who have a completely different way of life than the traditional peoples, now that we're working with plant medicines, the need to integrate, the need to find a way to bring these vast awakening and consciousness experiences into our physical realities, into the day-to-day, and learning how to translate this ancient wisdom into a way that is digestible, a way that is applicable to our day-to-day. This is new. And so here we are as Four Visions, spearheading this new program that we have designed to meet the needs of our community. Because truly in the growth, in the evolution of our company's journey, as we continue to source plant medicines and ancestral healing tools, one of the main elements to our own journey and study with how to be in integrity to the plants is meeting the growing needs and the evolution of plant medicine in modern society. And integration, we believe, to be fundamental in this process. So who is our flagship plant medicine integration for? Like I mentioned, we did design this program to be universal for all plant medicines. And it's also to be used and approached in a variety of different circumstances. And so we'd like to touch upon this here to clarify who this program is right for, and also to shed some light on different ways to approach this container and this offering. So of course, the first thing we think of plant medicine integration is immediate integration. And so the first group of people we would consider this program to be for would be for someone who has recently participated in a plant medicine ceremony in the last 3 months or so, and is desiring support to continue the integration process. Like Mishy mentioned, this other 50% of the work to have a supportive container to implement these teachings.
And it's also for if you've done plant medicine in the last year, in the last couple of years, and you really want to go deeper into your study and connect more with these understandings that you've received, these teachings that you received. All the plant medicines are doing is bringing us back to our true nature, which is our true essence, which is nature. And we're going to be giving you a lot of tools from these ancestral wisdom keepers and tools that are coming from nature so that you can incorporate them into your daily life.
Yeah, I'd like to add just that ultimately integration is a lifestyle. When we choose to walk with the plants, we're always integrating. We're always seeking different ways to come closer to nature, to come closer to the consciousness that we experience when we partake in plant medicines. And so that's why even if you've been working and the last time you worked with plant medicines was 2, 3, 4 years ago even, this program has many different tools and resources to support you in getting more information out of that experience and continuing this beautiful extraction process where we continue to go deeper and deeper into the understanding and comprehension of the wisdoms from our plant medicine experiences. This program is also designed for planning for your plant medicine journey. So if you have a plant medicine retreat or plant medicine ceremony coming up on your calendar and you are wanting to ensure that you have a supportive container for when you come home from your retreat or come home from your experience, we also designed this program to plan ahead, because having that foundation set up and having the support and the system to return home to is incredibly helpful and can provide us a lot of confidence and faith in our process. And so you can also utilize this program if you're planning on working with plant medicine in the near future.
And it's also for people or those of you that are working with plant medicine regularly and you really want to build a solid foundation for yourself to support yourself in your daily life, and so that you can be in service to your loved ones and be more supportive for them as well.
Okay, we're going to talk a little louder and bring the mic closer for those of you who are saying it's hard to hear. I think that's as loud as the phone. Okay, so the other group that our plant medicine integration program would be for is for someone who works with plant medicine regularly, right? So some people have a regular practice of going to ceremonies and are studying with the plants on a regular basis. And one might say, well, if I'm working with the plants constantly, if I have ceremonies regularly, how would I approach this integration program? Well, like we've been speaking about, this program is designed to give you the fundamentals to support your ongoing process. And so whether it be to support your loved ones or others on the path, or whether it be to deepen your relationship and understanding of the needs for plant medicine, this program will equip you with that knowledge. I also like to mention for anyone who's maybe considering going into the path of coaching with plant medicine, or is interested in becoming a plant medicine facilitator, the skills and the knowledge that you receive through this 3-month container will be incredibly supportive to better understanding what is needed for successful plant integration. We have an incredible faculty and have spent many months researching and developing the curriculum based off of our collective decades of experience with plant medicine. And we truly believe that this is the most comprehensive integration program available on the internet and in the plant medicine community in the West. Okay, so what makes our program unique? What makes this program stand out from some of the other offerings for plant medicine integration? We'd like to share with you a little bit about some of the elements that we have implemented into the development of this program to help you understand some of the experiences that you'll encounter with our container and what to look forward to in this journey. So the first element is our highly diverse faculty. We have integrated a combination of both ancestral wisdom keepers and indigenous medicine men, as well as people from the West who have many years of experience in plant medicine work and integration therapy in order to give a very comprehensive view of what it means to work with plant medicine in a good way. And so we did this for a few different reasons. As many of you know, our mission with Four Visions is to bridge and preserve ancestral plant medicine and to bridge it and integrate it into the modern world. And so we felt that even though integration is very much a Western ideology, we felt that it was crucial that we had the presence of Indigenous wisdom keepers guiding us on the process and blessing this program. And so we brought in our teacher, Taita Juanito, who will be introducing in a few minutes. And Taita Juanito is an Indigenous medicine man and healer from the Ingano tribe from the lower Putumayo region of Colombia, who has over 20 years serving and studying with the plant medicine of Yahe from his culture. And so Taita Juanito has served as a spiritual advisor to the development of this curriculum and this program. He's also present on the faculty as a teacher in the digital content series, and will be offering distance prayer blessings to everyone who is part of the most comprehensive tier, the Jaguar Path. And so for those of you who sign up for the Jaguar Path, you will receive 3 prayer blessings from Taita Juanito throughout your 3-month program to support you in the process of the integration and embodiment of the plant medicines. Someone is asking if we're changing slides, and we are changing slides. If anyone is not seeing us change slides, could you let us know in the chat? I know that Jenna mentioned that, but if more people are not seeing us change slides, we should pause and open this on another platform. Okay, bummer. Okay, well, ceremony of life. We're still on the ceremony of life. Okay, just give us a second. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, how's this? Are we seeing our slide of highly diverse faculty? Yes, okay. Thank you, guys. Beautiful. So we'll move on now.
So we have a multi-layered and multifaceted approach. We're going to be giving you, like I said, a lot of tools in this program. We have over 100 hours of digital content, which includes our ancestral wisdom library, which is every single recorded course that Four Visions has ever offered over the last 5 years. And we also have monthly recorded modules that will be going to you every month, presenting a lot of the tools in more detail.
And really where this comes from is we recognize that plant medicine integration is multifaceted. We require many different skill sets and tools and practices to do plant medicine integration well. And so through this program, we have designed many different avenues to deliver you this information so that you're receiving these practices in a variety of different ways. And we're going to talk about what that includes now.
So we really want you to be able to take these tools and, like we said, build a very strong foundation for yourselves. And like Mariah has been sharing, and the first slide was stuck on, it's ceremony. The life is a ceremony. So all of these tools you're going to be given is just introducing more and more ways for you to introduce ceremony into your daily life and your daily practices.
We really believe that the reason for working with plant medicines is to achieve sustainable change and transformation in our lives. We're not just participating and communing with plant medicines for a short-term high or a momentary connection with God and nature. We want to bring this consciousness into our daily lives. And so we have developed this program with this intention. And we also feel that the amount of time devoted to a study like this is fundamental. So a lot of integration programs are short, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, focusing just on the period right after coming home from a plant medicine ceremony. But after our many years of study and much investigation as we prepared to launch this program, we decided on a 3-month container. And this is because we want to support you in developing habits and life-changing skills and ways of life that are rooted deep. So supporting you with not only the skills, but also the foundation to cultivate and have the experience of daily practice over the course of 3 months, so that when you're done with the program, you have already established a firm relationship with these practices and resources. We're going to take a moment now and move on to the next slide, which is about our digital content platform and our extensive learning platform. We designed this for many reasons. Ultimately, like I mentioned, there's many different ways in which you'll be able to interact with the integration content during the 3-month program. And one of the ways is through our digital content series. So we have both recorded modules where you'll be able to interact with the faculty and the teachers on a monthly basis, as well as with our ancient wisdom library.
Like I said, the ancient wisdom library and the recorded modules that you'll be receiving every month, it's over 100 hours of content. And so, you know, it's more material than you would ever need for 3 months. And we really want to give you all the tools that you're going to need to create this strong foundation.
Yeah, so ultimately you'll have the modules that will be delivered month to month throughout the program. And then you'll also have, like Mishy mentioned, 100 hours of digital content to digest and process and return to throughout the 3 months. And our hopes here is that you can take your time going through all the content, going through all of the material to be able to nourish and fertilize your studies. One thing I'd like to mention here is that the studies that you will be encountering during the 3-month integration program is just that. It's a spiritual study. And so in the Yahe culture, in the culture that we study with, we say that the 3 months after plant medicine integration, we enter into a spiritual diet. And so this program was designed to be that, to be a spiritual diet for you to understand and work with the plants and continue dialoguing with the plant medicines through this container. And we're going to teach you how to do a diet in the context of plant medicine integration. And the process of spiritual diets is an incredible skill set and tool to be able to apply to your lives. So we truly believe that the information and the skills that you will learn through this integration program will be incredibly supportive to your spiritual path long term. Someone is asking a great question about the lifetime access once purchased. So for the majority of the one-on-one sessions and the back-end portal of the user experience, such as the monthly group calls and booking your one-on-one sessions, those things are available during your 3-month program. But the digital content platform is available for an additional 3 months after your program. So you have 6 months to study this information, to process it, to rewatch it and enjoy it, as well as ask questions, because one of the other elements to the design of our program is that we have a online learning platform and community forum. We designed this with the intention of being able to connect you with other community members who are also doing this study, because one of the fundamental elements of plant medicine integration is finding community and creating a network of support. And so we have been walking this path with our 4Vision community for the last few years, and there's so many incredible people who have become part of our tribe. And so one of the things that we are envisioning through this container is that you get to connect with one another, that you get to make potentially lifelong friendships through the connections in both the group calls as well as the online forum. And ultimately, walking the plant medicine path, we do need companionship. Walking any path, any spiritual path, we need companionship to continue to be inspired, to continue to sustain and do the work that is required of us to continue the studies. And so this is one of the elements that we designed with a lot of thought and intention when it comes to both community and individual support. So we use many different techniques here to allow you to have both one-on-one support with our specialists, as well as to connect with other people who are also integrating from plant medicine experiences, because we might have these beautiful transformational experiences, but the reality is many of us go back into our lives, back into our society and our commitments, our responsibilities, our work, and we're surrounded by people who have no idea what we just went through, who can't relate, and this can be incredibly isolating. And one of the most fundamental elements to successful integration is having support. And so once again, we've developed a very multifaceted approach that includes both community support and individualized counsel and support. I see some questions about pricing, and we're going to get to that in a few minutes.
So we've curated all of these topics and things that we're going to be discussing in the program, and by no means is it every single thing that we could have possibly put in here, but we wanted to touch on the most important things that we've received through our own teachings that have helped us and supported us and our path over the last several years. And so, you know, these are the top techniques, the top tools. We're sharing all of our secrets with you here.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we curated a topic list based off of the principles that we feel are the most fundamental to plant medicine integration. And through both the digital content series as well as the group monthly calls, you will have opportunities to develop your understanding of all of these topics, as well as in the one-on-one session. So really all of the content weaves together in a very beautiful way, offering you many different opportunities to deepen your understanding of these themes. And so the way that we designed the program was for you to have various moments throughout the 3 months where you get to touch on every single one of these topics, so that when you leave the program and finish your 3-month container, you will be able to apply these skill sets and have a really good foundational understanding of all of these different elements and how to adapt them to your spiritual practice. Because like we've been mentioning, this is a study of good living. This is a study of how to become the artist of your life. And everything that you learn in the integration program is incredibly applicable to the spiritual path long term. And so our goal in your 3-month program is to equip you with the knowledge, the resources, and the practices for a successful spiritual path and for sustaining the spiritual path. The plant medicine path and the spiritual path is a long one. It's one that has many different chapters and many different layers. And so we fundamentally believe that in order to be successful on the spiritual path, we need tools. And so this program is designed to give you those tools. At this time, we are going to stop our presentation for a moment and welcome our dear brother, Leo Cordero, on, who is one of our faculty members and the person who is offering our spiritual orientation and spiritual guidance sessions. We are very grateful to have Leo as part of our faculty, and we want to give him a warm welcome and the opportunity to introduce himself to you and share a little bit about his work as well as his offerings within the program. So welcome, my brother. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to spotlight you here and give you the opportunity to unmute yourself. Hola.
Hey, how are you? Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, well, welcome. I hope you guys are doing great. Very honored to be part of Four Visions family and to share, with all of you. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, they can
Yeah.
hear you. Oh,
Okay. Well, just blessings to the whole path and blessings to everything. I'm very grateful
Continue,
to
Leo.
join
We
the
can't hear
Four
you for some
Visions
reason, but everyone
family.
else can, so we'll figure that out.
And yeah, just looking forward to hanging out with you guys, either in ceremony or in a consultation, and growing, making us all grow. And yeah, the experience of sharing with people is very valuable for the heart and for the mind and for the consciousness. So I'm very, very glad, very honored, really, very grateful with Mariah, with the Four Visions family, and the possibilities of sharing with all of you to learn more and to grow in consciousness. So sending blessings to all of you, wishing you good, and yeah, hoping to meet soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leo. Would you mind sharing with us why you feel plant medicine integration is so important, and perhaps telling us a little bit about your module that you share in the digital content series?
Integration is it's like after you have downloaded a software, then you need to learn how to use it. So I work a lot with computers, for a long time. So that's kind of like a very good analogy for me. This software is this transformation and transmutation that has happened in the energy and the consciousness of the person, and then seeds of consciousness are planted in our awareness, in our consciousness. Seeds of awareness are new seeds of naturalness. So we need to make them grow. We need to irrigate them. We need to change the soil. So integration is about that. It's about seeing these seeds grow and understanding what they're about and what we are about once they start growing. You know, it's kind of like living this new life, and what it is about. But also the process of integration can have a little bit of intensity sometimes. So we need support during that. We need to learn a few things. There's pieces of wisdom that are required, that if we don't learn them, then we keep having the same issues because we keep operating from the same. It's like having this new software installed, but then you use the old versions that are not efficient anymore to work with what you're wanting to work with, or you work with the old ones that don't work with the computer that you have, say. So it doesn't run anymore. So it's kind of like the same thing. We need to update ourselves. So this updating actually is going back to the memories of the ancestral within us. So it's going back to the very ancient aspects of us. That's what the updates are about, and getting rid of all this wrong beliefs or wrong things that we thought that put us in trouble, say. But the trouble is also very nice, because that's where we started growing and opening our hearts and calming our minds and like understanding that we needed a different way. So yeah, the module that I'm sharing, I speak about these things, and I speak about other things of consciousness, and yeah, that's kind of like my talk. That's kind of like what I do. Share, you know, in a comfortable way, ancestral wisdom in an easy way. So God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Leo. Love you and are so grateful to have you as part of our faculty. Leo is an incredible medicine man and healer with a tremendous wealth of wisdom to share. And like I mentioned, he also will be offering one-on-one individual spiritual guidance consultations. And the reason that we called Leo forth for these guidance and spiritual consultas is because sometimes in the integration process, we enter into periods of confusion where we are needing orientation. We are needing someone to help us bring clarity to the experience that we're having, make sense of what's going on for us in our process, and orient us forward to the next chapter in our path. And so Leo is an incredible person to be able to do this. And his sessions, his one-on-one offerings, you can bring either specific topics to him and he'll help you navigate them or guide them. Or he can also utilize that space to share with you what he sees as what can be supported for you on your journey. He's incredibly insightful, has an incredible connection with creation and many, many years on the path. And so he calls forth all of his wisdom and training in both shamanic healing practices as well as the Ayurvedic sciences to provide you with the resources, the tools, and the skill sets to orient yourself to the depths of the processes that you may have during your plant integration experience. So thank you again, my brother, for hopping on. It's great to see you. We'll let you go and wish you many blessings.
Thanks, Leo.
Wish you guys awesome. Thank you so much. Big hug to both of you, Mishy, Mariah. Big hug to everybody. See you soon. Take care. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we will continue forward with our presentation now and touch upon the body, mind, and spirit, which are the fundamental elements that we approach in a multitude of different ways during the 3-month container. And so ultimately, we take the physical, spiritual, and mental bodies, and we provide many different resources to come into greater awareness of these different bodies, because the truth is that we exist in so much more than the physical body. And anyone who has had either a spiritual experience through meditation, prayer, or through plant medicine understands that there are different planes, different dimensions, and we've been able to access these through these elevated states of consciousness. And so what we want to do during the 3 months of the integration program is begin to weave together these 3 bodies and bring them into balance and harmony. Like we've been talking about, plant medicine integration is about the other 50%. So the plants give us teachings, insights, and homework, essentially, that we have to then apply to our lives. And the way that we do that is by taking account of how we are showing up and how we are feeling in both the physical body, in our spiritual body, and in our mental bodies. Through the different teachings, exercises, workshops, and one-on-one sessions, we wish to equip you with the skill sets to be able to navigate, strengthen your intuition and connection to your physical body, your spiritual body, and your mental body, and become a co-creator with life. This study of this program is all about your own empowerment with the plant medicines, as well as your empowerment on your spiritual path. So we seek to equip you with the resources to cultivate a deeper clarity and vision for your life, as well as the tools to be able to go out and create that. A lot of the change will happen during the 3 months, but like we also have been mentioning, you will have the tools to continue the process. You will have the tools to continue the beautiful investigation of the constant self-evaluation that comes when we choose to live in radical self-honesty and choose to show up from a place of full transparency with ourselves, constantly committed and dedicated to our spiritual growth and evolution.
And it's also, like we said, we want to empower you to be your own advocate. So it's about trusting your intuition, connecting more with your intuition. We're sharing so many tools with you. And for example, like in the module that I'll be sharing with you about how to build your plant ally toolkit, I'm going to be sharing lots of different tools with you about smudging, about tinctures and lotions, how to use plant baths, spiritual payments. What else is in that module? And we're not saying you have to use all of these tools. You know, these are all the resources you have that we're giving you, but you have to also tap into your intuition and decide like which of these are best for me to use right now.
Someone is asking about what we mean by studying the story of our lineage. This is a really great question. In the plant medicine integration process and in the spiritual studies, one of the most fundamental elements is an evaluation of our story. And so during the 3-month container, we are going to dive deep into an investigation of the stories that we carry and where they come from. One of the tools that we provide is the therapy of family constellations. And this is an incredible resource for anyone who is familiar with family constellations. It's an incredible opportunity to dive deep into your genealogical tree, the story of your family's lineage, and a better understanding of what you came here to do, what your mission is, and what you're here to bring resolution or reconciliation to. Because we are often here to bring justice or to bring balance or harmony to our ancestors. And so ultimately, part of the integration process is in the self-discovery of our mission and our purpose. And we're going to teach you how to do that through a thorough investigation of your family's lineage and story. Yes, it can be helpful if you don't know who your father is. You can do family constellation work without any information about your lineage. So even if you were adopted or you don't know your family story, there's a lot of information that can still be uncovered. And it's really beautiful, especially for those who have missing pieces about your family story, to be able to extract that information and make sense of why you're here and who you are. And so it's incredibly healing and a really beautiful practice. Okay, so we are getting some really beautiful questions. I want to pause once again because Taita Juanito just entered our space here, and we want to invite him in because he, like I mentioned, is the spiritual advisor of the plant medicine integration program and has been fundamental in developing this offering. Muchas gracias por venir, señor. Bienvenido.
Bueno, bien.
¿Quieres saludar a la gente, decir algo de la integración?
Integración. Bueno, pues muchas bendiciones. Pues ahora pues nosotros como estamos en todo un proceso, ¿no? De proceso de la sanación, un proceso del despertar. Es muy importante, ¿no? Cuando nosotros para poder, digamos, integrar a través de todo ese proceso que llegamos de curación, entonces por eso es importante en la integración, para poder pedir a Dios, naturaleza, para que así mismo salga todo, nuestros proyectos, para estar bien con nosotros, nuestro corazón, ¿no?
Taita says, many blessings to you all. We are in a process of healing, and it is very important to be able to integrate the healing processes of our work with the plants. By asking help from creation and nature, we can then apply these teachings to our work and projects to be able to live from the heart and from a place of balance and wellness.
Bueno, qué mal.
¿Por qué diseñamos este programa?
Bueno, sí, pues es muy importante, ¿no? Sobre cada vez que nosotros estamos en un proceso, puede ser tanto en medicinas, tanto en nuestro proceso de vida, es muy importante tener unos aliados, es importante, digamos, que nosotros nos tengamos como esos pilares para que a través de todo esos procesos nosotros vamos a sostenernos, ¿no? Y poder hacer un buen desarrollo, ¿no? Tanto en la parte espiritual y en parte de nuestro cuerpo, ¿no? Que así mismo nos dé toda esa fuerza para uno continuar, y es importante la parte de las dietas, integraciones, para poder nosotros traer a nuestras vidas cosas frescas.
It's important that each time we work with plant medicines, that we firm ourselves in the allies and the pillars of the spiritual path to be able to sustain ourselves in our spiritual development. This is about being able to continue forward in a good way on our path. The spiritual diet and the process of integration is about bringing freshness to our lives. ¿Algo más?
No, qué mal.
Una bendición.
Bueno.
So now Taita is going to share a blessing for all of us and a prayer for all of us who are here. And this prayer is also a blessing for this container of the integration program. So we invite you all to close your eyes and to receive the blessings of Taita Juanito's culture and lineage.
Pero toya maya cañare, sayuyo, hoy y sal toye, hoy sal toye, agro toya maya cañare, punca cona caña, YouTube baby maya caña, YouTube baby girl, ay, pero toya maya cañare, suma pinta cielo, manda mañare, patu, manda causa y vida cona, Sayro nyoro hoi sayro kutoye hora ke sayro kutoye ho yuso baby maya kanya ochi maya ho hiro maya kanya re ezu sayro maya ho hiro sayro kutoye ho ayro toya maya kanya bi yuso maya kanya usto. Bueno, muchas bendiciones.
Many blessings to you all. Muchísimas gracias.
Bueno.
Taita. Dios lo bendiga.
Bueno.
Okay, so very grateful to have Taita's guidance in this program. He has been fundamental in a lot of the decision-making processes. We've always asked him what he thinks is the best way to create the curriculum, and he advised us throughout the entire development of the program. So it's been a really beautiful process of collaboration and development of this beautiful offering. At this time, before we continue on with our program, we have Paola Andrea, who is one of the facilitators of the family constellation work, and she just hopped on, so we'd like to give her a moment to introduce herself as well. Someone was asking a really good question about the lineage work, and she's the perfect person to elaborate on this. And so I'm going to ask her to introduce herself and to touch on why family constellation and lineage work, genealogical tree investigation can be an incredible ally to the plant medicine integration experience. Paola, hola, buenos días, buenas noches.
Hola, buenas noches. Bueno, I speak in Spanish, my mother language.
Of course.
Um,
Traducir, si quiere
okay.
presentarse, si quiere presentarse
Gracias.
y hablar un poquito sobre la
Sí.
constelación familiar, porque mucha gente está muy curioso de eso.
I
Entonces,
understand.
puede explicar eso. Gracias.
Okay. Ok, sí, te entiendo. Bueno, mi trabajo es conectar las historias de las personas con su transgeneracional, con sus ancestros, o sea, ver realmente qué decisiones estoy tomando yo y qué decisiones vienen tomadas ya por el sistema familiar y que no son tan individuales ni tan mías. Entonces, mi trabajo es buscar esos puntos de conexión con la familia, con mi trabajo y con mis ancestros. Y con ese viaje álmico que uno emprende cuando llega a este cuerpo en esta dimensión. Entonces, es esa mirada a mis decisiones desde un lugar trascendental, de llevarlo a lo personal, a lo trascendental, ¿no? No sé si quieres ir traduciendo o cómo.
Estoy anotando. Entonces,
¿Me
si quieres
escuchan
hacer
bien?
todo, puedes decir todo y
Ok.
yo traduzco.
Ok. Sí, entonces es como llevar esta conciencia de la familia que yo elijo, de las situaciones que pasan en mi familia, para qué suceden y qué me están mostrando, ¿no? A mí. Entonces, como muchas veces las decisiones que creemos que hemos tomado por nosotros simplemente son tomadas de alguna manera de implicaciones que vienen de eventos del sistema familiar y cómo tienen un sentido trascendental en mi propósito de vida. Como nada de lo que pasa en mi vida es aleatorio o es un accidente o es algo suelto. Como todo lo que pasa en la familia tiene que ver con mi historia de evolución como ser humano y como alma, ¿no? Es principalmente eso, cómo todo está conectado y tiene tres principios fundamentales que son la jerarquía, la pertenencia y de alguna manera es la jerarquía no vista desde un poder, sino desde una responsabilidad, la pertenencia desde una necesidad de conexión y el equilibrio en una necesidad de qué tanto estoy entregando al sistema familiar y qué tanto recibo de ese sistema familiar. Y lo que no resuelvo en mi sistema familiar, al fin y al cabo lo tengo que se va a reflejar en mi trabajo, en mi oficio. Entonces es algo que tenemos que trascender sí o sí, algo a lo que hay que entrar sí o sí. Y la idea siempre es evolucionar de algo familiar a algo ya trascendental, ¿no? Cuando ya nos separamos y nos desidentificamos del sistema familiar, porque podemos ver como una vista cenital y ya lo pasamos a un punto más trascendental y de crecimiento y de evolución. Eso sería lo que son las constelaciones familiares en una mirada muy amplia. Ujú.
Muchísimas gracias, Paula. Es increíble este trabajo.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so Paula's work is to connect our stories to that of our ancestors, to be able to see what decisions we are taking that come from our family's system, which choices we have made that are not ours, but rather from our family, to connect our life decisions with our ancestors and our soul's commitment to this incarnation. This inner investigation in our decisions from a place of consciousness to be able to understand why things have happened in our lives and what they are here to show us. Oftentimes, the decisions that we have made in our lives come from the family system. Nothing that has happened in our lives is by chance. Everything has a story, and it's connected to our evolution and our family's story. Everything is connected, and there are three fundamental pillars in family constellations and family systems. That of the family hierarchy, or the roles in which we have all played within our family's dynamic. That of belonging, or the feeling of having a place within our family, and that of equilibrium or balance, meaning that everything is in harmony in our family story, that we are giving and receiving in a place of balance and equilibrium. What we don't resolve will be reflected in our relationships and our work. So this is unavoidable in the spiritual studies. The idea is to evolve the family's story, so not to identify with the story of our family, but rather to utilize it as a tool for our evolution and growth. So this is what Paula and her husband share in the module that they teach in our digital content series. And they also offer the one-on-one sessions where they go more in depth with each person through an incredible opportunity to extract this information, to make sense of it, and to apply it to our daily lives. Muchísimas gracias, Paula. Te agradezco por tu presencia. Es un gran honor tenerte con nuestro equipo y pues muchas bendiciones.
Muchas gracias a todos. Un placer. Okay, thank you so much. Good night. That's all.
¿Quieres compartir algo más?
No, a lot of gratitude, a lot of love, and I am really, I don't know, I appreciate this experience with you, and it's a pleasure to me.
Thank you so much, Paula. Many
Thank you so much.
blessings.
Bueno, good night. Bueno, bonita noche. Chao.
Someone is asking if this program is presented in Spanish and then translated. Two of our teachers are speaking in Spanish, Paola and Taita Juanito. The other teachers are speaking in English, and so they won't have subtitles. We obviously will put subtitles on Taita Juanito's module and Paola and her husband Manuel's module. The rest of the program is in English, as well as the monthly group calls, which are led by Mishy, and the one-on-one sessions are also in English. The only session that wouldn't be in English is an a la carte offering, which is a music class with Juan David Munoz, and this will be offered with a live translator. For Paula, she does her sessions with her husband, Manuel, who speaks English, and so he will be there translating for her, but she does speak English and is looking forward to speaking more English through this program. Ultimately, when we were deciding which faculty to bring on, we were wanting to provide you with the highest caliber faculty with the most abundant sources of wisdom and resources. And so for this reason, we didn't exclude by language, and we decided that we would provide subtitles and translation as necessary in order to give you the most comprehensive resources from which to pull from. So there's a lot of really great logistical questions about time commitment, about the pricing, and we want to get into that now. So we'll continue forward with the presentation, and then if you have any further questions, we can answer them at the end. So we designed this program with 3 different pathways, 3 different tiers, and essentially we wanted to accommodate different commitment levels and different dedication levels, understanding that everyone has different availabilities, different varying degrees of both time commitment and financial commitment to be able to dedicate to the spiritual study. And so what we did was we designed the most comprehensive program that we could. And then we created 3 different pathways, which we have named Jaguar, Boa, and Hummingbird. These refer to the 3 worlds, the 3 spiritual worlds that are found in many plant medicine cultures. Jaguar is the guardian of the earth world. Boa is the guardian of the water world or the underworld. And Hummingbird is one of the guardians of the celestial kingdom, the celestial world. So just a little side note, everything was designed with so much intention and thought, and we really put a tremendous amount of prayer into every element of this offering. So path 1, Jaguar path, is the most comprehensive of all 3 paths. It includes every single element that we feel is important for successful integration. A combination of course, the digital content series, the Ancient Wisdom Library, the Plant Medicine Community Platform, and the Ultimate Guide to Integration PDF, as well as all of the one-on-one sessions and our product toolkit. Mishy was the one who actually designed the product toolkit. So maybe you can share a little bit about the products that we've used to complement this program.
Yeah, so we're talking about sweet baths, bitter baths, how to use these baths, how they're supportive for your path. We're talking about, Taita Juanito, he's from the Engano tribe and they're botanists, and he has a whole slew of tinctures that he's made, but we've selected the top ones that are going to be really supportive for you on this path, how to use them, what they're good for, different smudging agents, how to use these different type of smudging agents and when's the best time to use them, whether you're looking for upliftment, if you're trying to clear something that's really strong. We're talking about microdosing different plants. Taita Juan has developed a yahe tincture, which is called ambisacha, how to use that to deepen your study on the path of the yahe. We're talking about mushrooms, how to microdose of those to support you in your daily life. And we share a bit more about hape, cacao, sananga. And so we've developed the toolkit guide to so that you have something written material, you can always refer back to it. And like we said, these are all, there's so many tools that we're introducing to you, and we're not saying like, yeah, go and try all of these at once, that wouldn't be as supportive for you, but really to learn how to use your intuition, to trust your intuition, to know what plants are calling to you and resonating with you, to develop your own intuition and empower yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so ultimately we have a product package that is included in Jaguar Path, but can also be purchased a la carte for those who choose BOA and Hummingbird. And one thing I'll just note here is this has been such a natural evolution to our e-commerce marketplace platform, because the truth is all of the tools that we provide on our platform are wonderful for accompanying the spiritual path and nourishing the spiritual studies, but they require knowledge. They require wisdom and teachings and an understanding of how to utilize them. And so ultimately, we wanted to be able to equip you with those resources and tools, and you will be able to learn how to apply all of these products into your daily life as you grow for more firm in your intuition and your inner guidance through this program, to know which products, which plant allies call to you, and how to integrate them, how to weave them into your spiritual practice. Because if any of you have visited the Four Visions website, you know how many products and tools we carry. It can sometimes feel overwhelming, or we often get the question, where do I start? And so through this integration program, you will get an incredible introduction to how to incorporate plant allies into your daily routine and your spiritual practice. And this is an integral part of all three paths. But then in addition, in path 1 of Jaguar, you also will get a physical package with over $300 of product tools to accompany your practice, and we would taught how to use them. Someone is asking if there's access to all of this information in a format that you can see. And so I'm going to put the website link for our integration program, where you can find all the information that we've been going over today. So feel free to take some time to digest all of this on your own as well. The Jaguar path, like I said, is the most comprehensive. It has all the one-on-one consultations that can be spaced out throughout your 3-month program. And then BOA has the group monthly calls, as well as all the digital content series, while Hummingbird is primarily the digital content series with the community platform and forum. So those are the differences between the 3 paths, and the pricing reflects this. We also have early bird pricing from now until October 31st. And so if you sign up in the next, before the end of the month, you can get up to 20% off your program and have incredible savings on your tuition. So we're doing this as a really exciting launch offer. We're so thrilled to be able to share this program with you, and want to give you the opportunity to lock in your experience at an early bird price. Someone also asked if this program will be available in the future, and this is actually a really great point that we want to touch on. So this program, this portal, is actually ongoing. So we officially open the program on November 1st, which means that for those of you who sign up now, your program will start on November 1st and continue for 3 months. But if you want to sign up at some point at a later date, your 3-month program will start then. So what does that mean? That means the group calls are ongoing for those who are in the current program. That means that the digital content is delivered to you on a monthly basis throughout your 3-month commitment. And that means your access to all the content and the material, your booking of your one-on-one consultations and sessions are available throughout the 3-month container. But this was designed to be an ongoing offering to our community. We really feel like this is going to change the plant medicine space and change the plant medicine world. And we really feel that an offering like this is crucial to be able to show up in right relationship with the plants. And so we feel that this program is an incredible complement to us at many different times in our spiritual investigations and our spiritual studies. And whether this is the right time for you now or at a later date, this program will be available to you. Someone was also asking about the time commitment. I want to elaborate on that a little bit here. So essentially, for someone on the Jaguar path who is doing individual one-on-one sessions, and this is definitely the most comprehensive commitment, we recommend allocating 3 to 5 hours a week throughout your 3-month program to be able to consume the content, participate in the calls, as well as schedule your one-on-one consultations. For someone in path 2 or path 3, the recommended time commitment is 2 to 3 hours a week. So it's a smaller time commitment for those who might not have the spaciousness or availability for so much study. But one thing that we want to mention is that we also have an a la carte menu. So even if you take path two or path 3, if you take BOA or Hummingbird, you can also add some of these one-on-one experiences. So let's say that you don't want all of the one-on-one consultations, or you're not ready to make the full commitment that is Jaguar Path. You can sign up for BOA or Hummingbird and add a la carte sessions to your program. The a la carte menu is also available for those who are not in one of our pathways. And so you can come back. So this means that you can come back to an a la carte session later on. Let's say you go through the program and then 6 months later, you want another consultation with Leo, or you would like to have a check-in call with Mishy. You can schedule an a la carte session at any time. You can also schedule a la carte sessions even if you choose not to go through the entire program, or if you want to feel it out or get to know the instructors. This is a really great way to dabble and get your toes wet and start to have an understanding of the way that we work and the way that we teach and implement this offering. Someone is asking about the early bird special at a later date, and unfortunately we won't be able to offer this early bird special later on. That's why it's an early bird special. So it does end on October 31st. And the reason that we did this is we obviously wanted to open this program and give our community an opportunity to get a really big discount off the tuition and to be able to receive this program at a very accessible price point. But this is a one-time offer, and we won't be able to offer it in the future. So if you feel called to sign up, please do and take advantage of this wonderful opportunity. I'd also like to mention that we have payment plans available. Just like when you shop on our website, you might have noticed that we offer something called, what's it called? Oh God. It's our payment plan system. It's called like, not Zelle. Okay, well, we have a payment plan system. So essentially, if you're interested in signing up for the program, you can lock in the early bird pricing and choose a payment plan at checkout. So that option will become available to you when you go to checkout, and you can just select that. And then you even get to choose how many payments you break it up into. And so it's a really affordable, flexible thing. I think that you can break it up as much as like 10 payments, making your monthly payments really reasonable and allowing you to both get the early bird tuition pricing as well as start your studies right away and not feel inhibited by the financial commitment and investment. Sezel, thank you. Okay, so this is kind of the overview of our program here. I also want to mention that, you know, someone was asking, like, what tools are you talking about? What allies are you talking about? We talk a lot about resources. And so in your program, you will receive a lot of different practices, teachings, and training to be able to incorporate both plant allies as well as spiritual allies like meditation, breath work, prayer into your daily routine and strengthen those practices if you already have them as part of your spiritual rituals. And so it's a really great way to commit yourself deeper to your spiritual studies and to be able to open the space and create the spaciousness to dive deeper into your spiritual investigations and your spiritual path. Here we have more in-depth information about the modules on our digital content series, but we're actually going to skip this because it is available on our integration website. So you can go to fourvisionsintegration.com and all this information is there for you to review, and you'll be able to dive more deeply into the organization of the program and all of the fundamental elements that make up the offerings. So we'd like to take a few minutes here for any questions and thank everyone for taking the time to be with us tonight to learn about this offering and for your support. It's so wonderful to be able to share this with our Four Visions family and to continue evolving our offerings and showing up in this way with our community, and for being able to have the honor of continuing this path together and continuing to accompany you on your plant medicine journey. So if anyone has any final questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We will definitely send out a recording. Just checking to see if there were any questions that we missed. Amazing. Anything else you want to share?
No, thank you so much for being here with us. I'm so excited to get to work with all of you and get to know you all a little bit better.
Thank you, everyone. Sending you so many blessings. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And if you have any questions about the integration program, you can contact us at customerservice@fourvisionsintegration.com. I'll drop that in the chat for everyone, and it's also available on our Four Visions integration website. So here's the website link, and customer service at fourvisionsintegration.com. Someone is asking, all of the plant medicines are included with the Jaguar package. Not all of the plant medicines are included with the Jaguar package, but we have an incredible array, and basically every plant medicine that we consider to be fundamental to integration, we've included it in the product toolkit. So it's over $300 of curated products to support you, as well as a user guide to learn how to utilize them and integrate them and bring them into your practice. And so that's about this, the toolkit, and it is included in the Jaguar tier. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you. God bless you all. Have a beautiful evening. And we look forward to hearing from you and continuing this journey together.
Thanks, everyone.
Mm-hmm.